It's been almost 50 years ago that I had my very first encounter with God. I didn't know anything about God, didn't care anything about God. I wasn't interested in God at all or anything to do with God. Church was nothing to me. But God has a way of making himself known. He did make himself known to me almost 50 years ago when I was 34 years old. Well, time went on, and it's not long after that, I he led me out of my business and to follow him in some other ways. And because I was just interested in making money, that's all I was doing. Well, so I remember one morning I was in the shower and I was just distraught. I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was just out there like a leaf on a tree blowing in the wind, and I wanted some direction. And so I said, God, would you send somebody to me to tell me what to do? Because I knew about the gifts of the Spirit, what have you, a little bit, been reading. And the Lord said, will you do everything they tell you to do? I thought about that. Boy, I mean, can I really trust somebody to do that for me? I said, I don't think so. He said, I want you to learn my voice. The day is coming when you're going to be all alone and you won't have anybody but me to talk to. He said, so I want you to learn my voice. Well, that was a real turning point for me because I realized that God would talk to me, that he would give me direction, that if I gave myself to him and listened to him, he would talk to me. That was like 48 years ago. And in the last 48 years, I can tell you that God has talked to me quite a bit. And his voice, not that his voice has changed, but the manifestation of his voice has changed. And he is, I've learned that he speaks to me in different ways. And I've gone through seasons. I remember hearing one time it was almost audible. Other times it was just a voice inside of me saying something. And that's not all that much anymore. However, I know that his will and my will are joined together. So I can follow the leading that he puts in me in my will in what I want to do because I'm fully surrendered to him to let him do in me what he wants to do. There's great peace and there's great joy and confidence and security in knowing that I don't have to listen to men. Men have opinions and men have they have understanding based upon experiences or some negative, some positive. But God's not like that. His voice is pure. He knows exactly what I need to hear. And he doesn't have a lot of words. He doesn't speak a lot. It's just very subtle and sometimes quiet, but we can hear what he says. And he can change our mind. He's wonderful like that, okay? So I just want to tell you that today, that God is willing to talk to us. You got to get away from the noise of the world, and you got to get away from depending on men to talk to you or teach you anything. There's a time that men can teach us, especially when we're children in the Lord, brand new. But that's not my case anymore. I don't need anybody to teach me anything because God is my teacher. Well, God bless you.